Hey, ladies, are you ready to meet the one?
I know
Listen,
they are.
they are. Listen, it's your time. It's your time. I'm Mecca Tartt.
Hey, and I'm Dr. Alduan Tartt, and we're going back to our roots, y'all. We're
Hmm.
going back to our roots. When we first met, we were both underground
Yes, we
matchmakers.
were.
I
Yes, we were.
I was better than Mecca,
No, I believe I was. I know how to spot out a good guy.
and I know how to help them be able to have that guy pursue because I am a guy.
Hmm.
Right? No, but seriously, it said, we're a faith-based couple. It says in the Bible, and one of my favorite verses is Proverbs 18:22, that a man who finds a wife finds a treasure, or it'll be a good thing, and he receives favor
Hmm.
from the Lord. And so one of the things I want you to understand is that there are men out there who want to get married.
Absolutely.
No, Mecca, they don't believe that. They say men
Well,
want to play
well,
and
no. So the thing is that there's this thought process that if there's a scarcity, right? So you date differently when you feel like there's not a lot. But the fact of the matter is women are getting married, men are proposing, people are getting engaged every day. And so you just have to be able to position yourself to be able to meet your one.
And that's true. I mean, I'm actually a psychologist and a minister, so I officiate a lot of weddings and I do a lot of premarital counseling.
Mhm.
Guess who I'm doing premarital counseling with? Men and women who decide to get married
Right.
at 30, at 40, at 50. I
Mhm.
did one for a couple that was 68.
I love that.
Yeah, and they look good too. They look good. And so we are coming back with the ring
Mhm.
formula where we are helping ladies who are marriage minded. Now,
Right.
can I be honest?
I know what you're going to say. Go on ahead and say it.
I don't want to work with anyone who doesn't really want to get married. I
Right.
don't want to work with anyone that's like it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work. I do want to
Mhm.
work with someone who's like I need to make this work. I
Right.
am worthy. There's some things I need to work on, but I'm ready to meet the one, right?
Absolutely.
And so when it comes to dating, we decided to do something different because
Right.
most of the dating advice you get,
From single men,
and that
from
and I was a single man giving dating
you
advice,
were,
but I
you
but I
were.
got married. My
Right,
friend
but you were
Jack,
also a therapist giving advice too, which is a little bit
my
different.
friend Jack, my friend Kenny, we were all on the dating circuit, right?
Right.
Remember that? But
A
we
lot
all
of it,
got
yeah.
married. But one of the things that I kind of shy away from is men who are always giving advice and they never get married.
Right, right. Another thing that I'll say is that you want to make sure, listen, if you are going after a promotion at work, you talk to people that are in leadership. You wouldn't
That's
talk to your
good. That's
peers.
good.
And so I say for women who want to be a wife, talk to married women. If you want to date better, talk to people that are actually married and engaged, right? And so I think that's important with who you're getting the advice from is critical.
I think that's real, because I don't think I know any married women who are giving dating advice. The women that I know are single,
Yeah,
right?
no.
And there's no
Yeah.
shade on them because you can get
Mhm.
good stuff from anyone, but we
Mhm.
figured we just give you two for one.
Right.
All right. Married man, married wife. And we dated in the mean streets of Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, we
We did
did.
not meet in high school. Did we
We
meet
did
in
not.
college?
We did not
I
meet
mean,
in
you went to
college.
Clark, I went to Morehouse, but we didn't meet in college.
Right, we
You
did
in the
not.
club, I was in church.
Right.
You know,
Well, I was having a good time with my girlfriends.
you in church too,
Listen.
because I wouldn't picture you. All right. And I was in the club too. I'm not gonna come out there and act like I was. I'm in the club
Right.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Anyway. All right. So let's talk about it because they're
Mhm.
going through it. All right.
Mhm.
They want to know what's happening.
Mhm.
We're gonna give you three things. Three things that
Mhm.
we think you can do right now.
Yes.
Right now.
To
Because
date differently this weekend.
we want to give you like a little taste
Mhm.
of the ring formula. And the ring formula is a dating class that you take with us, a master class that you
Mhm.
take with us with results. We want to help you get
Absolutely.
results, date, commitment, date better, and then
Mhm.
marriage, right?
Absolutely.
Engagement and marriage. All right. Babe, what's number one?
The first, and I really want to focus in on this one because the first one is don't settle. So the thing about settling is that you end up not happy anyways because you've settled with someone that you really don't want to be with. And so you have to know your value. And when you own who you are as a woman and you own your value, it won't allow for you to date a guy that doesn't want to commit anyways, that just wants to string you along, that has no intention on being in a monogamous relationship. And I will say, I have talked to women, I've talked them out of situations where they've said, oh, well, he said he doesn't want to be in a monogamous relationship, but I do. He's not qualified to date you because when you know your value as a woman, you wouldn't date him anyways.
Bing, bing, bing. You just said the magic word, knowing your value. And this is where we want to have compassion.
Hmm.
When you've been in abusive relationships, or if you've been in negative relationships, or you just don't even have solid, sometimes when you have solid friendships
Right.
that pour into us, you're going to be inclined to settle because you're
Hmm.
thinking, is this the best that I can get?
Right. Right. And it's not the best. I don't want you to have a scarcity mindset.
Yeah, you can. So the way you deal with that is you actually look within. People talk about self-love, and self-love is actually dating yourself. So your first homework assignment is I want you to date yourself the way you want the man to
Hmm.
date you. If you're not taking yourself to the spa, if you're not ordering dinner for yourself because
Hmm.
you like someone, if you're not going out to ballroom dancing, if you like a man
Hmm.
who can move, if you're not doing the things for yourself,
Hmm.
the standard is not there. And if you settle in your personal life, in
Hmm.
other areas, I guarantee you that you probably settle in
Hmm.
other areas of your
Hmm.
life. Self-care, taking care of others versus yourself. You
Hmm.
might be a pleaser. Pleasers tend to settle because they
Right.
feel like, let me just give it to you.
Right. Let me
Like,
just give and
don't
give and give and give and give.
don't do
And that
that.
doesn't work. And especially
Don't settle.
doesn't work for men.
Because you're gonna walk down that aisle. Even if you do get married, you're gonna say this
Hmm.
was a mistake.
Hmm.
Right? Are you gonna break up? Are you gonna date like you're settling? Right? And you're
Right.
just not happy. Who says you
Right.
have to settle? It said he who finds a wife finds a treasure. Treasures don't settle. And when you start dating more men, you won't have to.
Number two is don't delay. Don't delay. And I hear women all the time say, and I've been, guilty of saying it
Oh,
in
don't
the
even say it. Don't
past,
even say
is
it.
I just need to get myself
I
together
cannot
first.
stand that sentence. Go ahead, man.
So women will say that, and I know some women that have been saying I need to get myself together first and have been saying that for 5, 6 years now. I don't want that to be you. I don't want that to be you, because you can get yourself together and date. You can get yourself together and date. I'll say it again.
I had a client come in. She was 36 years old. She said she wanted to have a baby. You know what actually tripwired her
What?
to come in?
What?
She saw the Christmas pajama picture of a
Oh, mhm,
family,
mhm.
right? But it was of her ex.
Mm,
All right. It was of her ex,
mm,
right? And she was like, man, I wasted
mm,
time with him. And she still doesn't, he's still calling her. All
mm,
right. So he's
mhm,
not a good dude, right?
mhm,
But she says, I want to have that picture in real life. And I
mhm.
realized I'm 36, right? And we start talking about, when are you going to date? Do you have a
Mhm.
social media profile up there?
Right,
Let me look at the social media profile. We,
right.
we look at those in the
We
ring from what
do.
does it say? What does it attract? Are you social? Are you online? What are you
Mhm,
doing to actually attract?
mhm.
What is the point of procrastination?
Or are you going to work and going home and not going anywhere else? I say this all the time. Listen, ladies, he is not going to arrive in an Amazon box on your doorstep. That is
Why
not how
Amazon?
I know that is because women, we know we love Amazon, but that is not how he's going to arrive in your life, which means that you have to be proactive. And one thing that I talk about, because I do believe I know how to position
You
myself.
do. You do.
And so I meet men all the time, even now, and I'm like,
Oh,
Are
wait,
you
wait, wait,
are
wait a
you
minute.
single? I
Wait.
do meet men all the time, and I'm asking for my girlfriends. I'm like, Are you single? But you have to be able to strategically position yourselves in environments that allow for you to win at dating, and you can't do that if you're saying, "Oh, I'm not ready, and I need to work on
Well,
this."
here's the thing as a psychologist, y'all. Delay is a mindset.
Hmm.
Whatever you're delaying working out, delaying making more money,
Hmm.
delaying leaving your job, delaying going into entrepreneurship,
Hmm.
right? Delaying having the best body, right? If you're
Hmm.
delaying that, your mindset is in delay.
Right.
And so part of what we want to work on is you moving from a delay mindset to a
Hmm.
right now mindset,
Hmm.
because the strongest emotion is actually regret. There are a
Hmm.
lot of women who regret not getting more serious about dating because,
Regret and
yeah,
resentment.
because I want to make sure that are you really looking out for the 55-year-old you, the 60 year
That's
old you,
deep.
the 65-year-old you, where
Mhm,
you have said, you know what, I worked and I did this,
mhm,
and really dishonored your personal
mhm,
desire to actually
mhm.
have companionship
Well, the
into
other thing
life.
is women will put themselves on the back burner for their job, and their job is not going to put themselves on the back burner for
But you know,
them.
you know what? I get it. I think it might also be a space filler. Since I'm not dating, why
Right?
not just be her?
I'll
Why
just work a
not
whole
be
lot.
her? Why
Yeah.
not be her at work? Right? But
Mhm,
what happens is you end up taking away the time that you should be out
mhm.
socializing, being
Right.
proactive. Like Mecca talk. Mecca's always in the room with men. I'm
Mhm,
always in the room with men and women. We both
mhm.
do the same thing. Like, you single? I know some,
Right.
right? Right? So you have to be out, and that this either social media out or out in
Mhm.
person, depending on your style. But you can't be in. You can't delay.
Absolutely.
Energy is attracted
Yes,
to
to energy.
movement.
Yeah, it
Movement.
is. It is. And number 3 is don't despair or disappear.
Ooh.
So despair really is feeling like, it's just not going to happen for me. And I was actually talking to someone earlier this week, and she said, Mecca, I'm just getting so frustrated that I feel like it's just maybe it's not meant for me to be married. And I told her, I said, do not say that, because what you put out there in the environment, what you put out there in the atmosphere is what actually comes into your life. I said, it can happen for you. But when we started talking, like really breaking it down, she was dating men who were unavailable.
Hmm.
They were recently, every guy that she mentioned to me was recently divorced.
Hmm.
And men typically who are recently divorced, fresh out of a marriage,
Hmm.
they're ready to play, some of them.
No,
And that's
no.
what
I
and
mean,
that's what she was encountering.
it depends. So it depends on the type of man. So
Mhm,
like we're talking about a young man, maybe, but
mhm,
they definitely need a healing point. But we
mhm.
need to ask, hey, why were you divorced?
Right.
What did you learn from your divorce? And how will you
Mhm,
move forward to
mhm,
make sure that the next relationship works?
mhm.
Sometimes it absolutely is the man picked the wrong woman.
Right,
He's a good man. He
right,
picked the wrong woman.
right,
You see what I'm saying?
right.
And
And
sometimes
sometimes
it's the woman picking the
right,
wrong man. And I
right,
just want to say this out of love. Sometimes you feel like, oh, well, what's wrong with me? Do I have issues?
right.
For most clients I see, the issue is not keeping your standards high,
Mhm.
kind of going with, hey, your standards are too high, but your standards should be
Right.
high for your husband. You're going to have to
Absolutely.
make love to this man every day.
Right.
You're going every day. You're going to have
Let's talk about
to.
it.
You're gonna have to be friends when love making is not the core of your relationship at
Mhm,
65, 7. That's not
mhm,
it. You get what I'm saying? Y'all are gonna have to
mhm,
build things together when
mhm,
if you're blessed enough or you want to have children, y'all are
mhm.
gonna have teamwork and have tough
Absolutely.
conversations about roles. So
Mhm,
don't despair and don't, oh ye of little faith, because here's the thing,
mhm,
someone's gonna get married.
mhm.
Can I be a little petty?
Go on ahead.
Someone's gonna get married to a guy you could have been married to if you were
Right.
out in social. I'm being honest, because
Right.
guys don't settle.
Mhm.
And in the U.S. Census
Oh, they
data,
definitely
they
don't.
don't settle. They'll wait. So if you see single men
Mhm,
out there, and they're good. Now there are a lot of single
mhm,
men out there that's just ill-equipped for relationships,
mhm,
but there's another whole set of men that's like, I want to be in
mhm,
relationships, because here's what happens with men when we turn, like, I'm gonna say probably 35,
mhm,
definitely 40,
mhm,
especially older men. If you're talking about
mhm,
45, they want what married men have. They
mhm,
want the Christmas pajama picture.
mhm,
They want the Thanksgiving picture. They
mhm.
want to go to what's all these crazy places? Bali. They want to go to Fiji. They want to go to Hawaii. They want to
People want to do
travel.
life with someone else. Most people don't want to do life alone. There's people that are happily single, which is a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
But
Hold on, let me stay right there just for a second. 'Cause
mhm,
one of the things we're going to talk about in the ring form is
mhm.
actually the first thing you have to be is actually happily single.
Right, right,
Because we rather you be happily single than
mhm,
unhappily married, right?
right.
And to be happily married, you have to be happily single so that you bring a happy single person into
Into
the
the yeah,
relationship. Same
absolutely.
thing with the guy. If he's unhappy meeting you, he's going to be unhappy with you. So you have
Right.
to come in and be happily single, which means that your social life should
Mhm,
already be robust with a number of
mhm,
girlfriends and homeboys, what do you want to call it? Guy
mhm,
friends that you can hang with right now. You should be dating. And
mhm,
well, our first thing we're gonna do is make sure that you're dating. You should
mhm.
at least be going on bad dates at a minimum, right?
Right.
At a minimum, but we need to get you on some
Mhm.
great dates, because
Mhm.
men, I'm gonna be practical. Men are gonna get married.
They
The
are.
older men get, the more likely they are to get married if they're
Mhm,
single. Can I just be
mhm,
honest? This is why
mhm,
they don't want to die alone.
mhm.
Now, I'm not
Well, I don't
saying
think
marry a man
women
just.
also don't want to die alone either, and I think that's why there's been so many women that have really
That's true.
enjoyed the ring formula, the course, and the master class with us, and really the private group sessions, because they have the idea, they have the opportunity to hear from other ladies, to hear from us, but then to improve their skills. Because listen, I say it. Dating is like interviewing for a
It
job.
is.
You have to have the skill set. And when you've gone so long without going on good dates, you think that you're doing a good job in the dating process, but you're really not.
Yeah, and there's something that all men do. And I see married men every day for marital counseling, premarital. And I say, why did you get married? That's something that,
Mhm.
tell me your story. And every man says the same thing. It was just her, right? It was
Right.
just her. And
That is
so,
so very
so you
true.
can't go in. in a settle mindset.
Right.
That's not her. You can't go into a delay mindset.
Right.
That's not her. A
Mhm.
woman who knows she's a treasure doesn't need to delay. She's ready now. And then
Right.
you don't disappear and you don't
Right.
despair. Right? Now,
Mhm.
don't get me wrong, it's hard. Right?
Mhm.
Mecca and I had
Right.
we had some stuff.
Right.
We definitely dated some people who obviously ended up not being our purpose
Right.
partner, right?
Right.
So we're not saying it's easy, but we both had a lot of dates. All right,
Right.
because we knew what was going on. We knew it was a process. And so Mecca and I have the same mindset that we believe, what's the point of quitting?
Mhm.
Like what's the point of quitting with money,
Right.
with trying to have a baby? Right.
Right.
We have a 16 to 6 and a 1-year-old. We didn't
Yes.
quit, right? Mecca didn't quit, right?
No.
Right. We didn't quit. We just kept adding, regardless of what was going on. And we know that you're not that type of person.
Mhm.
God is not going to put this in your spirit, right? I don't think God would torture you and say, "Hey, this is something that you yearn for,"
Mhm.
and not give it to you. Now, of
Mhm.
course, we're not God, right?
Mhm.
We God fearing, but what if God has it out there and you don't have the belief? And so we're here
Mhm.
partnering. We want to encourage you. We want to
Absolutely.
walk along beside you. We don't want you to
And we want you
despair.
to, and we want to support you. And I want to give you all of my tips as a woman dating in Atlanta. One of the people say it's one of the toughest markets.
No,
I
it's
did
one of the
it.
easiest.
I think it, I mean,
Wyoming is tough,
quality,
tough market.
right,
Right,
right.
right.
I so
Iowa, right, right. In Atlanta, you're just like
so
TJ Maxx. You have to say no,
right,
no.
right. So, but I
Ooh,
want to make sure that you're dating the right way. I want to be your girlfriend that you're calling on and saying, "Hey, this is what's happening when we meet for our classes, and this is how do I work through this?" And those are the real conversations that we have.
yeah. And I think one thing you're good at is helping women be in rooms very subtly where there are a lot of men
Oh,
and telling them where to
absolutely,
go. And I'm just going to tell you
absolutely.
my style. I'm a little tough. I'm loving tough, right? So I'm saying, why are we dating him and wasting our time at 36, 37,
Mhm.
33, 34? If you want to have children, you want to have
Right,
5 children, 4 children. We don't need to.
right,
Now, I get it. All right. You like him and everything, but is he marriage material? If he's
right.
not, then we need to go ahead and pivot and,
Mhm,
and get into marriage position with someone
mhm,
and then get other suitors so that we can get out there. So you're
mhm.
gonna you're gonna get you're gonna get a nice mix of what
And to be honest, I'm always excited. Like I have received 2 emails in the past month from ladies that have gone through the ring formula, the last group that we had
right.
before we closed it out. And and now we have the wait list and we're going to start back with it. But it's amazing to
They're
see
married. I just want to say
women.
that
Yeah,
they're married.
yeah, no, it's amazing to see these women who at first, one who is 54, who
Okay.
was like, well, maybe this isn't for me,
Oh, yeah.
maybe I'm just not going to get married.
Mhm,
But then one that was 38,
mhm.
and both of them felt like they were in the place of despair,
Right.
like this, maybe marriage isn't for me.
Come on,
But
come on, come on.
they
What
both have the ring
single
now,
man, what
and
good single man
yeah,
wants to sit in his house for the rest of his life?
and one is in
Hold
Atlanta
on.
and the other's in LA.
Y'all make us aliens. Y'all make it seem like we are aliens. Now I get it. Men have played and men have done damage, but there are also men who want nuclear families. They want to
Hmm.
come home to you, a great wife, and live
Hmm.
a great life. Their
Yeah.
life is better. Life expectancy of a husband, I think,
Hmm.
goes up 8 to 10 years. Married men
Hmm.
are happier, healthier, and
Hmm.
wealthier, right? And so if you look at a lot of the men who you
Hmm.
admire, they're married,
Hmm.
right? I'm just being honest. They're married. Steve Harvey got married 4 times.
Hmm.
Why do you think he does that? He
Hmm.
must know something,
Right.
all right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, look, we look forward to seeing you inside. I would love to meet each of you,
Me
the
too.
Ring
I'm ready to
Formula.
get this popping.
.com, and I want to see more women getting married, and it's happening if you are ready to do the work. This is not for someone who is not ready to do the work, but if you're ready to get married, if you're ready to date better, I look forward to seeing you inside.
Yeah, and I'm ready for the great men to find you because we want
Absolutely.
to come to those wedding receptions and get that shrimp cocktail. Y'all take care. God bless.
Bye.